Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogi Monster here. Welcome to WTF Live. Why the Fascination? It is Tuesday night. I hope everybody's having a great night. Um, Big Rob, I thought you were the only one there for a while. And I only see three of you. So, WTF. So, yeah, I hope you guys had an amazing Christmas and a good weekend. I know we're into this New Year's week. Should be a good week. Oh, tonight is a full moon. So if that means anything to you, take advantage of that. Good time for manifesting stuff. Big Rob, Rex, Cashew, Sandra, what's up, guys? Great to see you. That's all I see right now in chat. 8 watching. All right. Well, it's under a minute. So, yeah, I've been doing good. Been doing a little exploring around my neck of the woods. Right across the street there's a mountain range, and it goes pretty far to I guess it's to the southwest. And I've been driving out there and hiking around. I think this is funny. I think last week I told you guys how my roommate had pinned. He gave me coordinates for a pile of shit that he found in the woods that just seemed too big to be anything but, according to him, Bigfoot. So I had the coordinates and I looked it up on Google Earth and I saw where it was, but I didn't have a GPS to take with me. My phone wouldn't get a signal out there. So I memorized the map and went out there and got onto this mountain and found this spring that was supposed to be there. It's just a pipe sticking out of the ground that's dripping water. And I walked around, and within 10 minutes, I found that pile of shit. And yeah, it was interesting. I have a video I took of it. I don't know how to play the video right now. It's on my phone. But yeah, it was weird, man. It was big considering it had been there. I think my roommate pinned it on the 9th of November. No, 29th of November. It was the end of November. So yeah, that's been sitting there for a while. It was still, a big turd. Sorry, I know this is kind of gross, but so yeah. And along the way, I would stop and before on the way out there, I was stopping and checking out these washes. And some of these washes have a lot of sand in them. And in this one wash, I took a video. I'm going to put a video together and show you around out here. In the sand, I could see like javelina tracks and coyote tracks and but then I saw 2 footprints. They looked like footprints to me, bare footprints. They were in sand, but they had the shape of a right and left. And they were the stride was probably 6 foot. I couldn't step in. It was only those 2. You couldn't make out toes, but you could see the shape of 2 feet. It was weird. So I went out again today and yeah, lasted a while as it is one big pile of shit. So I went cruising around today and found these different side roads and I'm just kind of learning. There's some cool shit out there. So I do a little filming and I'll put something together, So this is what I hate doing. I'm going to ask for some prayers tonight. My dad had open heart surgery. He's doing the surgery and stuff is fine, but he's still down in Phoenix at my sister's in Queen Creek, but he had he was having difficulty breathing. I don't know what that was about, but they kept him overnight tonight at the hospital. So I'm sure he'll be fine. So just, prayers for my dad. Appreciate it. So who else is here? Paul, Mr. Lee 3PO. What's up, man? Murray. Did I see Brown Dwarf in here? What's up, brother? Sandra Pink Videos. Great to see you. Dwayne Ayers. Kathleen. Hi. Mike Kirkpatrick. What's up, brother? Hey, Dwarf, if I send you a link, you want to come on, brother? Let me know. You got to send me an email, though. Send me your email address if you want to come on. Here, I will send. Let me set this up. Because, guys, I don't have anything planned for tonight. Anybody, if anybody wants to come on tonight, send me your email address at monstermogion@gmail.com. And I will send you a link. And we can just hang out. You know, anything you want to talk about. I'd love to talk to Brown Dwarf. He's a cool dude. I've been wanting to talk to him for a long time. If I were to head up north, you know, up to the Pacific Northwest or Northern California, I'd definitely look him up. Who's your Squatch? What's happening? New York upstate. Good to see you again, man. So what else is going on? So I think this is something you almost never see me do is drink soda. But it came with a meal from Sonic, so. I was going to say, I think this New Year's Eve, here are my thoughts on that. Probably going to go on the normal time, the normal time. And 10 o'clock our time would be midnight Eastern time. And I'm going to ring in each time zone with you guys, starting with, hopefully I'm going to get in touch with my son. Hey, Pammy, what's up? My sister's here. I'm going to get in touch with my son because every year we ring in New Year's together on the phone. So I think I'm going to see if he'll come on maybe and hang out with me on New Year's Eve. And we'll ring it in together. And then I'll just go time zone by time zone and ring in the New Year with you guys. Be a long night, but what the hell, you know? Mid-South, what's up? I have no idea how many streams are on right now. Apparently it's busy. That's all right. 36 in chat. And if you guys have any questions, please put them in caps. Yeah, man. Cashew, I just saw that. Brown Dwarf, I need he'd have to send me his email address, or I don't know if I guess I can send it through Messenger or something. I hate this technical shit. Let me just check something real quick. Nope. And thank you, Cashew, for that. Who is that? Oops. Sorry. Lockbeard, what's up? That's a lot of shit, man. Central Florida Bigfoot. How's it going? And did I just see? All right, lasted a while. That's awesome. Whoever sees 2021 first, be sure to check it thoroughly. If it looks wonky, send it back and get a replacement. Somebody tossed the receipt last year. Look what happened. That's awesome, Last. Couldn't return it. Couldn't even get a store credit either. Bastards. Ozzy, yes, it is, man. Yeah, it is. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's it's funny when that whole Y2K thing was all you know the scare back in 1999. I remember watching all the time zone changes, but I watched Australia first, and nothing went fucked up there. Figure we were good. Hey, hey, Mike. If you're not doing anything and you want to come hang out, okay. Can that brown door female? Yeah. What? Yeah, he can email me at monstermogion@gmail.com. And I'll send him a link. So what was I saying? Beast of the Woods. What's up, Larry? How's it going, man? Good to see you. Gotta catch up. Am I dipping? No, I don't dip, dude. I'm kidding. I don't dip. I smoke, though. That too. That's good, man. Glad to hear it, Larry. Just under 34 hours to the new year for Aussie Tiger. Here's a question. There you are, looking at a cryptid body. Who would you call and why? And go. Depends on the cryptid, I guess. I don't know. Bigfoot, I'd make sure they don't travel and usually don't travel solo, so usually they dispose of their own body. So I don't know if I'd screw with a Bigfoot body. But I'd probably take a body part. But it's weird. Pammy asks, thanks for the question, Lockbeard. I don't know, dude. Oh, who would I call too? I'd call my dad. Definitely call my dad. Because he's got the truck and trailer. Pammy had a question. And Pammy, I didn't. Did you have any strange experiences at the woods in Point Pleasant when we were growing up? No, we had this huge tract of woods that was basically the northeastern most part of the Pine Barrens. And it might not have been part of it, but it was the same terrain. Just these vast. It was a forest of pine trees. But I grew up in these woods. I've seen them burn down and come back to life every year. There was always fires out there. But I don't know. I learned a lot about tracking out there. But no weird experiences. Unless you know of something I don't, Pammy, because I don't recall anything like that. And living there near the Pine Barrens, we grew up with the whole Jersey Devil uh, folklore, which was, when you're a kid and you live that close to that, the Pine Barrens, and it was a little nerve wracking because every few years it'd be an article come out in the paper, and another story about the Jersey Devil. And what I think is pretty cool, and as far as I know, it's one of the few like cryptid legends that has a Genesis story, a beginning, back in the, I don't know if it goes, it's the early 1700s. It might go back to the 1600s, but interesting, story. Yeah, Crave Dog says Jersey Devil, too freaky. Yeah, it was. What was it? The head of a horse, wings of a bat, hooves of like a goat, torso. You see, there's different versions. I remember the horse head, but I also remember a goat head with horns. Hold on, let's see. Monster Million, can you link me somehow? I've been trying to email, but can't. Shit. Dwarf, well, I don't want you to. Yeah, I know, Mike. I'm not sure what to do. Wonder Woman. What's up, Kathy? Good to see you. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas weekend. Tex is in the house. What's up, brother? Hey, Tex, what are you doing? I'm trying to get Dwarf on. He's got some bad connection or something. I know it's not his fault. He's way up in the boondocks. But Dwarf will definitely hook up if I can't figure this out. But if Tex wants to come on, Tex, let me know, dude. I'm not trying to put anybody on the spot. It's just how this goes. So, yeah, but in order to messenger. Mark, what's going on? Sawdust Beast. Let's figure this out. Sorry about this, guys, but I want to get some people on, so there's no sense in Excuse me. Sorry about the dead air, guys. What's the best way to... All right, Tex. Dwarf will figure that out, all right, dude? Yeah, it's funny. There's a few people that I like to hang out with. But I think as far as like... There's two people that I'd really like to hang out with. One's Pappy Two Bears, and the other one's Brown Dwarf. For some reason, I want to go up there and just chill in the Pacific Northwest with him. Why isn't this coming up? Okay, it's not here. Yeah, it's usually about this time that I'm going to push the wrong button. So if you guys, if I disappear, I'll be back. we go. Yeah, for some reason I end up using, I should just use Gmail, but I use the regular mail, and it sometimes I have to resend it, but text, that's on its way. And what can we do about dwarf? Messenger, that's what I was looking up. All right, I need this to go away. And there we go. Now let me go back here and see what I missed. What did I miss? Moog, the weed's good up here. Ah, no doubt. I don't know, dude. Weed's pretty good here, too. Oh, tasty. Moog just let me and Larry off the hook. No, Tex got you guys off the hook. That's awesome, guys. No, actually, I'm going to save you guys. Are you guys doing a New Year's Eve thing? I don't know if you guys heard. I'm going to be on New Year's Eve. I think I'm going to do like a 4-hour show or 5, whatever it comes out to be. I want to ring in every time zone with everybody, whoever's in that time zone. Yeah. So if you guys are around New Year's Eve, I don't have plans for anybody to come on. So anybody's welcome, just like tonight. Hopefully Tex got that, and I sent that to Trinity Paracryptid Tex. But that is funny. What do you mean Moog's not hanging with the gals? Gals ain't sending me their email address to send you a link. So, I'm here. Moog's sister channel. What? Where is Pammy still here? Hey, D. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. No, I was asking Moog why he doesn't want to hang out with me. Hello? Oh, see, I knew somebody was going to take it personal. You know what the problem is? I want to hang out with everybody. Seriously. I want to have a fucking jamboree and just kick back and meet people. But we got to wait. And, I want to do what these guys did. Exactly what these guys did. They had a meet and greet. They did it in LBL. I don't know if I'm that daring, but I'd have to find a centrally located place. So, D, I do want to hang out with you guys. I want to hang out with everybody. Hell, I just want to go to a Bigfoot convention. All right, I got text coming on, but I got to find my damn headphones. So give me 1 second, text. I will be with you in a minute. I can figure out what I have to plug these in. All right. What's up, brother?
Hey, man.
How you been?
Good, bro. Good.
Merry Christmas a little late, but
Yeah.
did you have a good holiday?
Oh, yeah. Santa brought me COVID.
Oh, wow.
I'm positive.
You're positive you're COVID? It's COVID? That's a shame, dude. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's all good, brother. I ain't going to let it get me down.
No. Yeah, I just, one of my friends sent me something. I don't know where he posted it, but he was saying he's down in near Tucson and he works in a hospital, but he's in IT and months ago it was like, oh, it's not that bad, and now the letter he sent out is it's bad
Yeah.
down there. The hospital is just really not to be a downer, but I was surprised to hear that. So I'm just staying in, except for the little traveling I do around the. I'm just going on these little outings, um, little day trips for a couple hours, checking out the mountains in the area. Um, but I'm not. I'm staying away from people.
Yeah, my daughter and my son that live with me, she works in a doctor's office. She got it, and then he got it, and then it was my turn.
Tag, you're it.
Yep.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. How you feeling though?
I'm good. I'm on the downhill side of it, I think.
Okay, awesome.
Wednesday, I had 102 fever, and but it broke before the night was over. It broke when I was asleep. I still got a little nasal thing going. I get kind of
Yeah.
hoarse, but and a little wheezy every once in a while, but that's it. So, and the kids, I mean, they felt crappy, but my son lost his taste of smell and taste, but
Hmm.
nothing major. So far we're good.
Well, good, man. It's hard. Like, you can't say stay safe. Too late. You know. Yeah, my dad's in the hospital right now. He's having
Sorry to hear
difficulty. He just had open heart surgery about 3 weeks ago, and just today he's having trouble breathing. So
that.
they admitted him, and they're going to observe him, but he should be all right. Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder Woman says now we know where to get our antibiotics.
That's funny. Oh, what did Cashew say? Somebody wants to wash Cashew's mouth out with soap. So what happened?
And Patrick said he just got over it too.
Yeah, I'm not worried about getting it.
The weird thing is, I was because with my job I can't work from home, so um, when they got it, they put me under my job has a whole quarantine thing, and so they put me. I had to quarantine at home for 10 days because I'd been exposed, and then my day to go back was Monday, and my shift starts at 5 a.m. But my test results weren't going to be in until probably Monday because of the holidays. So, and I told them, I said, I'm getting symptomatic, and I said, my results are not in yet. They said, go to work. I said, okay, whatever. So I go to work at 5 o'clock, 9:30. I get a phone call. Hey, your results are positive. See
Time
ya.
to leave work.
See ya. So now I'm quarantined again until I don't go back till the 6th.
Jeez. Yeah, I made a career decision recently.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I quit my job.
Oh,
Christmas Day.
nice.
Yeah. Well, they didn't want to pay me holiday pay. No, they didn't. But no, there was other
Wow.
things. But yeah, I just made up my mind and took a leap of faith, and I don't have anything lined up. But after the first, I'll make a concerted effort and find something. So in the meantime, the next week, I'm just doing a little exploring and filming, and see what I can see.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah. I'm not even. You know what? You know how I know it was the right thing, because it doesn't phase me in the least. Doesn't Not worried. I'm not scared. Like people. I should be in a panic, but I'm not. Don't know why. So I think it was the
Well,
right thing to do.
you know what? If you're happy after you quit a job, that tells you something.
Yeah, I'm not. It's weird. I can't explain it. There's like no emotion tied to
Yeah,
it.
well,
Oh, is Christopher here? Hold on.
oh,
Where is
y'all
it?
were talking about the Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm on cold medicine, guys. So you're going to get a lot of
This could
yawning.
get interesting.
Um, but yeah, and I was saying in chat that you know that's definitely a chimera. Of course, a chimera is the combination of any two different animals. And what's really strange is I think 2 or 3 years ago, the UK put a law in place against killing chimera
Yeah.
that don't exist.
Well, that's like, putting laws out in towns like, I think Whitehall, New York has one, and some
Yeah,
towns up in Washington, D.C. I mean, Washington State have, laws in place for
Bigfoot. Yeah,
that, creatures that may exist.
yeah,
May.
yeah. It's like
But that's cool, you know?
yeah, I can't remember what was it. I can't remember what state it was now. Last year or year before last, they the crisis management department of the city put out. It was right before that some big eclipse we were having, the super moon or something like that. They put out a notice of to be cautious of elevated lizard man activity.
Seriously?
No shit. They they put it on their website out to the city and on a government website, and then they said, "Oh, that was just a joke."
That, you don't play jokes like that. There was a picture out. It's probably still on YouTube. Um, the Arizona Department of Transportation put out a picture. I'm getting an echo. I don't know if it's. Hold on.
From me,
I don't know. I'm gonna turn this down. Still getting it. It's when I talk. It's coming through my headphones. Oh well. Yeah. So the Department of Arizona Department of Transportation took a picture, and it's like it's a distant picture, and on the one side of the road, the way they're bushes, but the way they look, it looks like a family of Sasquatch.
hmm,
And it's from a distance, and it was out, and then they told you eventually, oh yeah, well this is what it actually was, but it made you look twice at that. It was
right?
pretty cool.
Hmm. Yeah, the thing about it, you're seeing a lot of stuff like that come out, and it's just really strange. I honestly think we're on the path of soft disclosure. That's my
with
personal opinion.
with
Yeah,
Bigfoot.
yeah, yeah.
I've been watching a lot of different things lately, different videos, different guests that have been on certain shows lately, like Mark Zasky on Bigfoot Odyssey. That was that show left an impression with me. What he had, some of the things he had to say. Um, I just watched. I'm trying to think. Christy Sci-Fi's channel,
Oh
the
yeah,
Bigfoot research.
yeah.
I think the guests that they just had on, um, had some pretty eye-opening things. And it's the second time. Like now, I know two people that have said the same thing. That I don't personally know them, but like Kevin Keeney of Arizona Squatch was saying similar stuff about his experiences with these things, calling them to people, and they were saying they were saying how there's three different types. There's the five-toed, normal, talented ones. There's the middle ones that can go either way, and then there's the crayon eaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was pretty interesting. So I don't know. I've just been looking at things a little more seriously lately. Like
Yeah.
a lot of things have been opening my eyes where I'm like, there's more than this. I can't deny that there's more than this than
Yeah.
what just flesh and blood. When I first heard Kevin say it, I was like, huh, what? But now I hear somebody else saying the same exact thing, and they have they probably don't even know of each other, you know? So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. I don't, that's what our big mission is trying to figure out what in the hell is going on, because there's stuff going on where you have this, there's the Squatch activity. There's weird shit going on too. And I mean, when you can say that it's weird compared to Bigfoot, well, something's up.
Yeah, when Bigfoot seems the norm,
Yeah.
like it's like, oh yeah, Bigfoot, yeah, no, okay. Wait, did you say a rake? Then that's weird.
Right.
Bigfoot's
Right.
like average. That's weird.
And I've been getting quite a few reports of you say the rake of that type of creature lately. It seems to be a spike in those type of sightings, which is strange. You know.
Well, I guess Mogs, you look less stressed. I am, Mike. um, I just lost my train of thought. What were we just talking about?
Rakes.
Oh yeah. Um, yeah, the veil is just getting thinner and thinner. And for what these people were saying the other night, I mean, there are more than just Bigfoot out there. There's some
Mm-hmm.
shit we don't want to know about, but there is a lot of strange stuff out there. And these people were just so, as a matter of fact, and like, the Bigfoot was like, oh yeah, it's everyday life. So their opinion and whatever, all this other stuff that was going on, I was just like, there's a lot more shit out there.
Yeah.
It's just get more and more convinced of it,
Yeah.
and it's a little scary.
It's pretty crazy because personally, I've got a suspicion that and we made the remark on our channel, that when he's talking about Bigfoot being the distraction, and what we mean by that is all this other stuff going on, you know, um, maybe there's something, maybe there's a man behind the curtain, so to speak, pulling the strings on all this other stuff. Maybe there's a lot of this stuff that's pretending to be Bigfoot that you know,
Yeah,
and
and that's Bigfoot's catching a rap for their deal, for what
right,
they're
right,
doing. Yeah.
right.
Um, as far as a man behind the curtain, I the only man behind the curtain I want to deal with is God.
Right.
That's the only wizard I care about. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't. But
I'm afraid that his polar opposite is the man behind the curtain.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Huh.
I mean, I
And
I could, I could,
I
I
wouldn't
could,
call it. I wouldn't call it as polar opposite in no way, shape, or form. But you know what I mean. I mean,
yeah,
but I know what you mean.
right. I, I think it's kind of a cabin in the woods type thing going on. If you've ever seen that movie,
It sounds familiar.
you'd know it if you saw it, brother. but it's a good one. Watch it.
Yeah, I'm terrible about that. Somebody tells me to watch a movie, it's Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah. What
I'm
happened?
still waiting to watch Legend of Boggy Creek. So,
Oh, shame on you. Yeah, I stumbled across an interesting Bigfoot movie the other day. It's called Monstrous, and if you want, lesbian love scenes, a serial killer, and Bigfoot all in one movie, that's the movie to watch.
Monstrous.
I see you'll watch that one.
Hmm. Bigfoot porn, huh? No, I'm kidding.
You heard about that politician that got busted for that, right?
No.
Oh yeah, I think it was a couple of years ago. This politician was sending uh, Bigfoot porn to his buddies. They were all laughing about it, and he got busted for it.
That's funny. Oh yeah, I forgot I was wearing. It's actually a
Oh, nice.
Polaris shirt with Bigfoot. Everybody's using Bigfoot these days.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, even Ford, their new Bronco, their 2021 Bronco has a Sasquatch package.
Does it really?
Yeah, it comes standard with like 36-inch tires. Um, it's like these. They have it's called a GOAT mode, GOAT,
Mhm.
which stands for goes over anything.
Right.
There's like 7 speeds in this mode, and it's just yeah. But they have a Sasquatch package. I thought that was cool.
Nice. Nice.
And then for Polaris to jump on the Sasquatch bandwagon, I don't know, whatever.
Well, and I think that's one of the reasons I think we're going towards soft disclosures because you got all the movies coming out, the
And
kids
it's been
movies.
happening for a while. We've been so
Right.
desensitized to it that you know people look at it as a joke,
Hmm.
and but there's something to it.
Right.
Um, but people don't realize it. So it's gonna be funny to see those people that are laughing one day stop laughing and
Right.
be like, "Oh shit,"
Yeah.
you know,
Well, it's
and
like
and, and we'll be the ones laughing then.
oh yeah. Well,
Told you.
it's like the whole UFO thing. I mean, we went for years and years and years having the movies and and all this kind of stuff, and the fake reports or the hoaxes and all this kind of stuff. And then at one point we had what was it year before last? You had the Navy go, well, here they are. I mean, we're pulling the curtain back, and here they do exist, and I think that's what they're going to do with Squatch. It's just and of course I thought we'd see a big uproar in the community when they made that, when they came clean about the UFOs and stuff, but we didn't. And I think we'll see the same thing with the Squatch. It'll be just like, oh well, we knew, whatever. Yeah,
Uh, I don't know.
I think that's what they're going for anyway.
Yeah, but I don't think the reaction would be the same.
I
You
don't
know,
think so either, and I'm hoping it's not a
here's
panic.
here's something that is terrestrial as far as we're concerned. It's in our woods. You know
Right.
it's in our backyards where UFOs. You see them how often, and you know yeah, they're commonplace as far as in society and in culture, but Bigfoot's not there yet. Bigfoot's not a UFO yet. He doesn't have that. He's out there, but it wouldn't be accepted like a UFO.
My dog agreeing with what we said, I guess.
And that's just my opinion. I don't feel people wouldn't accept a disclosure on Bigfoot like they would a UFO.
I think it's going to be. I think they're trying to desensitize everybody as much as possible, but I don't think it's going to, like you said, it's going to have the same reaction.
Just
Especially when
goes.
people find out how close they've been to these creatures for years.
I mean, Mark Zasky was talking about things the other day that just kind of freaked me out. He was talking about this one section that he was, researching, and he hit it with a night vision and saw things that he didn't expect to see. You know, drones or invisible, like stealth shit. Flying around, observing these creatures. So he was like, "We're not the only ones that were investigating this. Somebody's got a lot of money invested down there watching these things."
Right.
And it's kind of reminds me of what Brent Thomas had said when he was up in Colorado. When he saw a UFO, he was where he was staying. The people had a night vision binocular or
Mm.
monocular. I'm not sure which one, but anyway, he put that up to his eye and scanned around and went up above a tree, and there's a UFO sitting above a tree. He took it down, looked, wasn't there, put it back, it was there. So there's something to that. It makes me want to go get a damn night vision and, start looking around
Yeah.
in the skies.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy stuff. I mean, it's, of course, some people believe that Bigfoot is an alien. You know, I personally don't, but I may be proven wrong. I don't know.
Well, one story that stuck out, and it's just what this woman said in this story, is she told the guy that ended up telling the story, she said that, one day that when there were squatch on her property, and she said one day when they're old enough, they go up with the star people for a while.
Mm.
So, and the whole story was a great story, but that always stuck with me. I was like, the star people. So maybe that is true. Maybe they do have, these abilities, but they go and learn them, with the star people. I don't know. Just things that run through your head where you're like, well, what would they have to do with them? Why would, so I don't know. It's like, it's almost like Earth is a nursery for these things or something. And, they mature and they go with these people, and I don't know, I guess they send them back or whatever, but
That's as good as explanation as any. I mean, right now we don't know squat.
no.
I don't care who you are. I mean, as far as all of us Joe Blows, that do the research and stuff. Right? Jane Blows too, but
Awesome.
but um, I don't think any of us know everything about what's going on and what's known about these creatures. We're not high enough on the food chain. But I do think that there are entities out there that know exactly what they are, exactly what they're capable of.
When you say entities, you mean organizations?
Right. Right.
Sure. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. You hear everybody, oh, somebody has to have a body. Somebody,
Yeah.
they've had a body forever.
Yeah.
They've known about these things.
I never will
Oh,
forget when I was a kid. Carnival came through town, and they had a Bigfoot exhibit. You'll see the real Bigfoot encased in glass and everything. Of course, I had to go see it. And I was so disenchanted. I was so disheartened and just brokenhearted when I went through there. Here was this 8 foot tall creature under glass, and then I could see the seam coming apart on part of the leg and the styrofoam underneath it. I was crushed.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, they had this. It was a marketplace called Peddler's Village, and they had this one area where there was like an oddity thing.
Yeah.
And they had like some two-headed mummy under glass. As a kid, it freaked you out. It's like, what the hell is that? But looking back, it was kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
Last of the Wild has a question. Sorry if this has already been covered. Had a phone call. But what are your thoughts on lights, orbs in the woods, and have you seen them? This is for anyone and everyone.
Uh, I have seen them. I don't know what they are. Um, Me and I witnessed, and it was strange. It was a weird. It was a red one, and it was almost like a laser pointer, and it was very very small. And I thought it was off in the distance, and I wrote it off as a plane for a little bit. And I was sitting in my camp, fire going, just chilling. And I caught it out of the corner of my eye, and I turned my head, and I'm looking at this thing. It's not blinking or nothing. It's steady. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, it's something in the, you know, horizon or whatever. And but it didn't move. Well, it went away, and I got up and with my flashlight, and I'm looking around. The problem was there was a tree between this thing, or there was a tree between. This thing was between me and a tree that was about 15 feet away. It wasn't. I wasn't looking through the tree line, you know. And I'm like, okay, well, that was pretty strange. And then a few months down the road, I had somebody go out with me, and there was two people, and we saw the same thing, at the same place.
Really?
So yeah, so something's going on, and I wasn't the only one that witnessed it. So
So was it as close? Was it as close to you as like the
yeah, it's almost
the
the same
second time?
identical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost the same identical place. You know,
Huh.
so
I've never witnessed anything in the woods like that, orbs or lights. That I can remember. Like
right.
nothing stands out. Um, I did witness an orb in a house one time. I woke up. Something woke me up. The dog woke me up, and I told it to shut up. And this orb flew in front of the bed, and it was like the size of a baseball, and it was blue. It came out of the bathroom and went in front of the bed, and I watched it, and it disappeared, and I went back to bed. I knew what it was. Wasn't sure who it was, but I knew what it was.
Right.
Um, um, yeah, that's the only orb experience I've ever had. Where I knew what it was, and you know, but that was a spirit orb.
Now, my parents
What's up,
used
Drake?
to, used to
Sorry.
talk about seeing ball lightning, and I know that's a thing. I've
Oh
never
yeah.
witnessed it. I've never witnessed it. I'd like to, but they used to talk about seeing it a lot, and I've always wondered that what if were they were seeing really ball lightning or were they seeing orbs? You know, so I don't know. And I know we in a neighborhood that we lived in, a house that was haunted, or occupied otherwise by other than us. Um, we were having a block party one night, and there were several pictures taken, and theirs looks like there's just orbs just all over the place. Now, some of them can be written off as bugs and that type of thing, but some of these look like they had their own light source. So it was pretty creepy. But I don't know. I've never. That's the thing that I saw in the woods. The only thing like that I've ever seen. Eye shine and all that kind of stuff and noises. Yeah, but
I don't even recall. I mean, I hunted a lot when I was younger,
mm,
and I don't recall ever like tree knocks, anything like that. Huh. Megan, oh boy, what do you got, Megan? Question: Trinity, have you ever taken off your shirt when saw Sasquatch and showed him your exhibit of hair on your chest, and what was his reaction?
no. I I quit running around the woods naked several years ago, but
Too many female Sasquatch could follow you home.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
it
had to beat them
happens.
off with a stick. Um,
Big stick.
yeah,
Big
um,
stick.
but I have um, beat my chest out in the woods.
Really
Yeah, and did some aggressive grunts and got some. Um,
interesting responses.
yes, yes. So I had something jump out of a tree behind me, and whatever it was big because when it hit the sand, it was thunk, 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 and it was loud. But
Wow.
yeah,
Last of the Wilds. I hear about it quite a bit, and I did finally see some. There were three that were light blue and appeared separately. They came together in an upside down triangle formation, hovered and faded.
mm.
Wow.
And and that's a color you hear about as far as orbs go a lot is blue, light
Blue.
blue. Yeah,
And supposedly Sasquatch are fascinated with the color blue. Or like the color blue, so
yeah. It's supposed to be
coincidence?
their favorite color.
Yeah, like if you're gonna leave a gift, like a rock or something, leave something blue.
Yeah, which is strange because the color blue was the last color to come in existence, the last prime color anyway.
Didn't know that.
Because it was the hardest pigment for us to see. It was supposedly the last pigment we were able to in our evolution that we were able to pick up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to picture looking at a rainbow without blue.
right.
Aussie Tiger. What is the closest and biggest tornado y'all have been close / near to? You experience any tornadoes?
I'm in Texas. Oh yeah.
I know it's a stupid question, but I've never experienced one.
The closest I've ever been, because this is two different answers. Because the closest one I've ever been to was not the biggest one I've ever been experienced. The closest one I've ever been to was me and my dad. Because when I was growing up, we lived kind of down in the valley, and we, my dad, I get, and I blame my dad for my fascination with that crap. Um, but we had some bad weather rolling in, and we were sitting out in the front yard in lawn chairs, and we watched a twin-tailed tornado bounce up over come up over the hill like this. Tails went like this, went over the valley, and set back down the other side.
Wow.
But the biggest one I've ever been um, part or how do you say it? Next to or anyway, but
In the
was
vicinity of.
in the vicinity of um, tore the tore the roof off of a building like a sardine can, a big building. I'm talking building that was a couple of 100,000 square feet. It opened it up like a sardine can.
Wow.
Flipped flipped 18 wheelers over on the highway and blew apart a job site trailer. A lot of debris, took down a lot of trees, but I think it ended up being an F3.
Jeez, that's big.
If I remember right.
Yeah, I've never witnessed a tornado. I've seen the aftermath. Like there was a freak one that happened in New Jersey, and it put trees on the house where my mother was living at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Also here in Arizona, I was my dad and I were hunting He was hunting, I was driving. Um, we were elk hunting and driving a Polaris around. We hit this one section of woods that was just torn up, but it was all, they were all broken off at the same height and they were all in the same direction. But these were pine trees that were like, I think they were broken up probably 30 feet up,
Right.
25 feet up. And there were two different paths, that I could touch down twice, and we found them both. It was just like, holy shit. First, we didn't realize what it was. It was just like, what the hell? And then when you like, you step back and you look at it a little closer, you're like, that's a tornado. That's
Right.
exactly what hit that.
Now, my mother told me, used to tell me an interesting story. Of course, we call them dust devils. And the thing about it is, you'll be driving down the road and you'll see a little dust devil spin up, and that's what we normally think of a dust devil. But they can get
we get them here.
Yeah, but they can get pretty freaking stout. And she used to tell me the story of one coming through the front yard, picking up a chicken and plucking it.
That's weird because they're not. It's they're currents generated from the ground up. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not coming from the sky down. It's just it's weird for it to be that strong. I drove through one recently in a Polaris, and it was a decent sized one. It just kind of popped and went right across the trail in front of me, and I was cruising maybe 30 miles an hour on off road, and it hit me hard.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of people call, I think like they're the F-Zeros, I think is what you call them.
Go to the local trailer park in the South and you're guaranteed to experience a tornado.
They do seem to be magnets for them. That's for sure.
All right. I have to look for something. I saw something about Jersey. Brandy says that's really scary, and for them to touch down in Jersey is incredibly rare. Yeah, it was. This happened. Brandy, if you know Jersey, it was up in Ringwood, up by Erskine Lake. That was in sometime in the early 90s, I think, maybe even late 80s. Huh.
Yeah, the only part of Jersey that I ever saw was Fort Dix.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of New Jersey. Long Island Bigfoot, what's up, Mike? Good to see you. Bobby Younce. My sister and family took the direct hit, and I ain't going to try to pronounce that one. My Mexican fixed up the property and moved in. Right on.
Yeah, they're devastating. We've had them wiping, us in Oklahoma, and, Kansas too. Really that Tornado Alley. I live in the tail end of it, and me and Jason both, and Bob too. But there's been towns completely wiped off the map.
Oh yeah, I've seen that with hurricanes. Nor'easters just change the landscape or the shorescape. When Sandy went through, I was in Arizona when Sandy went through, but it created new canals and took out parts of beaches that it was what that storm did was amazing. It's amazing what Mother Nature can do.
It is.
And basically, we're at Mother Nature's mercy when it comes to shit like that.
Yeah, if you don't
buckle up and hold on tight.
Yeah, if you don't think so, go watch the film of Mount St. Helens going off.
Oh yeah, Miss Real Dill, what's up, girl? You are tardy. Where you been?
And of course, um, who knows when Yellowstone's going to blow?
Yeah, that'll be a game changer.
Yeah.
West Milford, Brandy. It's Passaic County.
Yeah. Anthony Jackson microburst are crazy. Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Yeah, we get those here too. And
Yeah.
that was the other possibility was a microburst with what I
Yep.
thought was, but I don't know. It was too condensed, like it seemed like a tornado came, touchdown, moved along, left. It wasn't like a microburst. It was to me, a microburst would have been a bigger area affected, you know.
I don't know. I mean, possibly, but I know there's been microbursts that you know they'll hit with just one single house and just blow it apart, and pretty much not touch anything else.
A
So
microburst, really?
yeah, yep. So it's possible. I mean, it could have been either one.
I'm just looking through chat.
Thank you, Cashew.
Yeah, for posting his link. That's awesome. So what'd you say, Brandy? You're in what? What county? Gloucester. I can't pronounce it.
Oh God, Megan.
Gloucester. No, Gloucester? Gloucester? Fuck. It's got to be a southern county. I grew up in Ocean County. Question. Okay. I'm just going to read it here. Mogs, for 2021 resolution, can you please get a Sasquatch tattoo tramp stamp with your sister's name across it? Which sister, though? That's the question.
How many you got, Mokes?
4.
Hmm.
So, yeah, we'll have to draw straws and see who gets the honors.
Yeah, just get them all put in a circle around
Eh,
it.
might fit. Thanks for the suggestion, Megan.
Okay, funny story. Worst tramp stamp I ever saw.
Good night, Pammy.
Worst tramp stamp I ever saw. It was at a Dallas Mavericks game. Girl bent over to sit down. She went up to get something to drink. When she come back, she sat down and her I'm gonna get beat up for telling this one.
Bullseye.
She had a bullseye on her back. It said it was a target. Said shoot here. Like, and I'm just thinking, when you're 60 years old, how are you going to explain that one to your grandkids?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not opposed to the tramp stamp, the location, just the choice of stamp.
Yeah.
People don't think. Like
No, they don't think ahead a lot of times.
That butterfly on your arm, in 60 years is going to look like a pterodactyl. 60 years. When you're 60 years, I should say.
Well, I know the one I've got.
I like tattoos. Not opposed to them.
The ones I've got are I only have 3, but they're freaking huge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How big are they?
Well, one goes from on my left leg goes from my knee pretty much to my ankle, and
Oh wow.
almost wraps around my whole leg. And well, I'll say two of them are huge. One of them is normal size. My other big one is a set of armor
Oh, right on.
that goes all the way across my back and onto my chest.
That's awesome.
And then I've got my Texas tattoo on this one that's normal. It's a
Right
Texas
on.
star with a set of longhorns coming off of it.
Oh shit. I like the armor, man. That's classic.
Yeah, it's got my family crest in the middle of it on my shoulder.
I gotta get this thing just like feathers. I gotta get it touched up. I've had that for like 30 years. I was like
I
into the Native American thing.
I've actually thought about getting a Sasquatch tattoo. Um, I haven't decided placement yet. So
I think I would get like right here on my inside, I'd get like believe.
mm.
I think I'd do something like that
I mentioned
with some footprints.
I mentioned Batman says we got matching tattoos. Um, we
Yeah, but what's funny is what Wonder Woman said. Trinity, how many razors did it take to create a level playing field for that tattoo artist?
my tattoo guy is was extremely thrilled when I came in and I had already shaved the area. Let
I
me
was
put
gonna
it that
say
way.
he's got a landscaping business on the side.
I don't use blades. I use a weed eater.
Stand back while I start this thing up.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, he. I mentioned the other day in passing possibly getting our logo.
All right.
Yeah. I was told no.
All right.
some
I don't
people
know.
other
I
some people
like
other than me have a say in it, so you know.
sure, but your wife was probably the one who had to do it. Poor love. Sorry, I'm just reading out loud. Isaac, what's up? Good to see you, man. Hey, Duke. Going. How's it going? I saw something back here, and all
I've
right. If I
actually
gotta,
been
if I gotta scroll that far, then
I've actually been talking since we're on subject to tattoos. I've been thinking about I've got metal armor on this arm. I've been thinking about doing leather and tying it into this Texas tattoo on this side.
right on.
I thought that would be pretty cool. And I've thought about getting and I've designed all mine. So I'm thinking, but I know a lot of people have, the angel with the spread wings and everything. Um, but and I want something like that.
I'm
But
not a fan of the wings on the back. I've seen some people who it's like I don't
oh
know.
yeah, yeah. No, this I'm
I mean,
thinking about.
anybody can do what they want. I wouldn't do
Yeah,
it myself.
this one I would get on my other leg, like my other one on my shin. Um, but um, so the wings that would be up touching each other like this
Okay.
would actually be bluebird wings
Okay.
because I mean they are just gorgeous. The light blues, the blacks, the dark blues, the whites. So
I
yeah.
don't know if this is something Mike has or it's just a suggestion. Let me see. A squirrel running up one leg, another squirrel running down the other leg with a nut in its mouth.
I dig it.
That's awesome.
I saw somebody ask, "What is my story about Bigfoot?" Which one? My first Bigfoot sighting was a daylight sighting. It took place about 8:30 in the morning, about 60 yards away. We jumped up out of a wheat field and ran across a fire break, which gave me a glimpse of his from head to toe, and then he ran into the tree line. I've had them come up to the camp as close as probably 15 feet. I've ran into, I've gotten growled at them. I've growled at them. I've growled at them. I've gotten whooped at, screamed at, growled at. Caught the eye shine of one, and I was fine with it. It was playing peekaboo behind a tree with me like this, and then it stood up. When it stood up, I decided it was time to back out.
Yeah, no doubt. I'd be like, I don't know what I'd be like. I'm still not sure how I'd react if I run into one of these things.
Well, and that's just it. Nobody knows how they're going to react.
Like today when I was out, I brought my binoculars out, and I was base of the mountains, and it just brought back the hunting days that where I just sit for hours and scan with binoculars the whole area. And that was fun because what I was shooting was a camera then, now. Yeah. So it was like the same, brought back a lot of memories. Yeah. And I go out alone. I'm not worried about it. Sunday, I think I went out and I was looking in this wash and it was very sandy and I filmed it. I'll have to try to put something together. I found what looked like, but they were in sand. So they weren't, it looked like two footprints, a left and a right, but there was no toes, but you could see how, the arch of the foot.
Mm-hmm.
And there was two of them and they were good 6 feet apart. I'll have to look at the film and see how it came out. I was just out there dicking around, filming stuff. And, I found this, my roommate, I don't know if you heard this earlier. My roommate, he has I want to say it's a claim out there somewhere. And he goes out and he digs up like, not turquoise, quartz crystals. And while he was out there, his buddy found a pile of shit, but it was huge.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me that it was like the size, and I know, sorry guys, I'm going to put you through this again, talking about shit. He said when he found it, it was long and it was like as thick as a Coke can. And he pinned it. He sent me the coordinates for it. And I went out on Sunday and I knew the area a little bit. Like I looked it up on Google Earth, but I didn't have like a GPS to take with me. But I found it, and it was just it was big. I took pictures. I took a video of that too.
You didn't take a sample?
No.
Come on.
For what? I got shit in my freezer. No. I know where it is. It's not going anywhere. But it was full of manzanita berries. I mean, there's manzanita all over the place up there, and that's all it was. It was just tons of these berries in it. But it was interesting, So I went back up in the area today and scouted around, and because you got all these draws and washes and that you don't see. I mean, unless you fall in them, you could just cruise down the road and boom, you're in a hole. That's, the size of a football field. You don't see them out here. So I'm doing this exploring and checking out these areas where I think that things would move through, right, between the mountain and the river. The river's maybe 4 miles away from the mountains, maybe a little less. So it's just, I'm just starting to get into this. I have a little bit of time on my hands, so I'm like, I might as well just explore locally and see what's, what the possibilities are.
Yeah. Never know till you look.
Rostalocks, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
I saw somebody ask, what's the tallest Bigfoot we've ever heard of? I've heard of them being 15 feet tall.
Yeah, I've heard of that, or I think 13, 14, somewhere around there. That's just huge. That's just ridiculous.
I've got a picture of one that that was sent to me, and it wasn't even supposed to be a picture of a Bigfoot. I sent it to me to show me an area, and I spotted the Squatch in the picture, and we went out and took comparison photos and measurements, and he measured at 12 feet. So,
yeah, that's well, like this guy. Excuse me, this guy, Mark Zasky, when he was talking on Carrie's show, he said this place down in Florida, that they're going to. He's been studying these things for like 3 years or whatever, somewhere around there, and he said something else has moved into the area, like this other group that's like they're huge. So, I mean, that's. What are they used to? The 8-footers, and now there's 12-footers down there. I mean, but he said that there's this group moved in, so it's going to be interesting because I don't know if you guys heard. I'm not going with Carrie. I'm unemployed right now, so I can't make plans. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting outing when they go down there.
Yeah,
if what's going on is going on, they got to be careful.
Yeah, I wish I could make it.
Well, Mark told him he would never go back into these areas at night, and that's exactly what Carrie wants to do, is go into these areas at night.
Yeah, see, that's what I'd want to do, except I'd want to go by myself.
I don't know if I don't know. Mark was just pretty adamant. I mean, he's been dealing with these things down there for a long time, and he was just like, I'm not going back there. So it's it's things like that have really started making me open my eyes and just where it's not just a fascination now, it's more of, I don't know, I'm learning more and more, and it's getting more into like, I can't explain it. It's not an obsession, but it's become more educational, I think, for me at this point. Because all along, you can't help but learn. If you listen to, all these shows and all the firsthand accounts, you have no choice but to learn things if you pay attention. Be it, similar mannerisms and all these different traits that are, that come out in these stories, like be it the creature swaying back and forth, or, showing its teeth, or, you learn these things. I mean, like I know all this shit. My neighbor doesn't know a goddamn thing, you know? Not that it matters to him, but it's just makes you feel like you have just that little edge on people.
Yeah, you got a leg up.
In this subject. It's kind of weird.
And you feel like you got a leg up until you get out there and you encounter one.
And then you feel like, okay, you know what it is. Now what?
Yeah.
And that's the way it would be. It's like I would go into the woods and see one, and okay, I know what it is. Now what? That would just be it. Now what?
Yeah.
I know it's not a bear. I know it's not this. I know what it is.
Time to punt.
Yeah, drop back 5.
Yep.
Excuse me.
But yeah, and I've never let me say this. A lot of what people consider aggressive encounters, I don't consider aggressive encounters. That's all the way to bluff charging. I don't consider that an aggressive encounter. Throwing stuff, I don't consider that an aggressive encounter. To me, it's these creatures trying to give you a heads up to keep it from getting aggressive.
Sure. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that is exactly what that is.
So you just, you have to, you really have to know when to push and when to pull back, because you're not at the top of the food chain with these critters.
Oh hell no. No, and I think that's the part of the paradigm shift that really fucks with people
Yeah.
is that realization of how vulnerable they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I get beat up all the time because I don't carry a gun.
I wouldn't either.
You know, now I carry a Bowie knife about 18 inches long, but
And I carry two knives, and they're shit. One of them's the biggest one's probably 6 inches long. You know,
but I carry that big Bowie knife more for cutting briars and crap out of my way than anything else. You know,
sure.
well, I'd say it's 18. It's probably about 15 inches long.
No, I'm gonna invest in a decent machete.
Yeah,
I want something I can strap on my back.
there you go.
Sounds stupid, but there's a lot of thick brush up here. I mean, I trailblazed or bushwhacked the other day, literally, through all these manzanita and stuff. It's funny because when I got home, I was cleaning out my pockets and I'm like pulling out these berries. I'm like, what the? These are in the shit. Oh wait, these are the manzanita berries. I was like, what did I take? I was wondering where these berries came from. I didn't know what they were. I was like, oh, these are the same berries from the crap. So I had to look it up. I googled it because I didn't know what plant they were, and it's a manzanita. And apparently, somebody mentioned earlier, yeah, the berries are edible. Um, I guess they make teas with them, and they grind them up and make flowers, and it's supposed to. They're actually supposed to taste like apples. The manzanita berries.
Hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Of course, I honestly believe that they can eat stuff that we can't.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
Well, I mean,
I get asked all the time, "What does Bigfoot eat? What the hell he wants to eat?" You know,
yeah.
you tell him
whatever
not to eat
whatever
something
gets
they
in his
won't try.
way. Yeah, I mean, I look at what my dog eats, and oof, I'm sure these things have an iron stomach. I mean, it's just that's the nature of the beast. There,
Yeah,
literally.
exactly. Well, it's like you know, you get these people that
Maybe Rex.
are very,
Maybe.
very, very, very into the survivalist stuff. I mean, they'll eat stuff that a normal person can't stomach. You know,
Sure. Um, Out here we have a lot of mesquite trees,
mm-hmm.
and those long pods that come off the mesquites. People make flour out of that too. So that's edible. I mean, there's a lot of edible stuff that I was like, what the hell was eating all this? Like, where did this stuff come from? Until I actually looked around, and it was all around. I was in the middle of manzanita trees, and that's whatever it was we'd eating.
Yeah. I mean, I can remember growing up. Being told, "Hey, go pick some Mustang grapes," or and Mustang grapes are not not edible; they're bitter as hell, but they make a good jam. But and going out and picking wild plums, and but
Yeah, I don't see a lot of wild stuff out here like raspberries and blueberries like you did back east or up on the coast or I don't
mm-hmm.
see that stuff here. I mean, I'd like to plant some. I could put it in a garden, but um, yeah, it's weird. I just don't see any of that stuff. I've seen it all over, around the country. Here, nope.
See what Wonder Woman asked.
Okay, what has? Hmm. Okay, what has three toes, gray fur, and lives in caves in Texas? Asking for a professor friend. No idea.
How big? I don't know anything that naturally has 3 toes.
Oh,
But I had to know what size we're thinking about and we were talking about it.
yeah. I'm stumped on that one. Let me just check my mail.
Oh, poke salad. Yeah, I've picked a mess of that too. You got to cook that stuff like 3 times before you can eat it.
Rostalox says beautiful name, Manzanita. And you know what? It's a cool looking plant. Look it up. It's got these little oval around green leaves, but the bark that is red. It's cool as hell. It looks
Oh,
cool.
neat.
It's yeah, and then the berries come out the same orange. Shit, I thought I had one here. Um, an orange red color, but the plant itself is cool as hell to see it. Cajun Jules, how's it going, Jules?
Well, brother, I'm going to have to evacuate the bedroom here.
Yeah, no worries, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate you coming on.
I don't have a bedtime, but my wife.
No, I appreciate that. But yeah, man, thank you so much. So I will be on Thursday night, New Year's Eve. I'm probably just gonna little of the same thing. You know, anybody wants to come on, and
Cool.
I think I'm just gonna ring in each time zone. You know, on the hour. You know, I'll ring in. Like my son is in the Eastern time zone, so I'll ring it in with him. But I want to do it on the air. I'm
Oh,
gonna
that's
see if
good.
see if I can get him to come on, and then I'll just go to the next time zone and next hour, and I'll bring them all in
So, what
with
you think
everybody.
about all this mess?
About what?
About all this Bigfoot mess you're into?
Who?
Your
My
son.
son?
Yeah.
You know what? He thinks that the show is cool as hell. The Bigfoot for me is a fascination. My experiences are paranormal.
Right.
Um, so I already know that exists. So I'm really fascinated with Bigfoot, and I think he's pretty accepting of it. I don't think I've ever really talked to him much about the subject, but I've seen him in chat. He comes in chat. He was there
Oh, that's
earlier. My
cool.
sister was there. Yeah, he said it's a cool show. I mean, I guess hey, this is what my old man does. I don't know.
That's cool, man. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. He's in New York right now, New York State, or it's just north of the city. Um,
Nice. But
yeah, I gotta get him out here soon. Maybe over the summer, him and they can bring the grandbaby out. I'd love to meet my grandson.
oh yeah, gotta love the grandkids, man.
But yeah, dude, I'll let you go. Thank you so much. Like I said, I'll
Hey,
be here Thursday if you're around, want to hang out. You know where
yeah,
to find me.
I can't go nowhere.
No, that's unfortunate. Feel better, man. My prayers are with you.
But yeah, we're gonna get over this hump, no problem. I do want to have you back on our show at some point too.
Absolutely, anytime. Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard you mention that to your last show, and thanks, putting that out there. Yeah, absolutely, anytime, dude. I'd love to come on your show.
I appreciate it, man. Hey, you have a good night, man. Stay safe, brother.
You too. Thanks, man. Good night. Well, that was cool. So glad Tex had come on. I know if Brown Door's still out there. Next time, brother, we'll hook up. And I'm sorry if I was ignoring. I wasn't trying to ignore chat. I'm sure I missed some questions and stuff. What does that say? Yeah, no. More airtime. Now you're on vacation, Mr. Lee 3PO says. Thanks for pointing that out, Mike. You know what? It's just I needed a break, and I was sitting. This was a couple weeks ago when I decided that there was going to be a change in my life because something came up, and I was standing there washing dishes, and I just literally said, "Okay, Lord, it's in your hands. Let's, I trust you," and this is how it turned out. I walked away from my job, and I feel good about it, because I'm confident that this will work out, and I will find something immediately. As soon as I look, I will find something. Um, so I'm not sweating it. But as far as more airtime, um, I did mention trying to do a third night and after the first, so we'll look into that. It's not out of the question. I'm going to start getting off my ass and quit being so lazy and getting more guests on. There are people that I have a list of people that I want to really hook up with, and one week, yeah. Well, I'm not going to give away my secrets because you know they have a tendency to show up in other places. My ideas, so I'll shut up. Megan says, Mogs, can you please announce the new cooties medication in the South? Methamphetamine. Cooties medication. Stay away from meth, kids. Meth is bad. Okay? Stick to smoking pot. And don't drink. JCL Ohio, what's up, buddy? Thank you so much. Sending you positive or positivity, whatever. Sending you positivity. Thank you. Just can't read right now. So yeah, maybe Saturday night we might do something on a Saturday night. Um, just the reason I couldn't do like a weekend was the work schedule. So you're correct, Jules. Weed is not a gateway drug. No. Wonder Woman sent me an email. Let me check. So yeah, hopefully I can keep my weekends open. Um, and do a weekend show. Sorry, I'm just going through. I don't see an email. Let's double check. Nope, no email. Sorry. Kathy, did you want to come on? Weed man? No, I'm not going to sell weed. Sorry, that was so random. That'll put it into perspective. No. um, Kathy, I haven't seen it yet. Make sure. That's where you sent it, but it hasn't come through yet, which is weird. It's not on my phone. It's not on my computer. Weird. So where are we at? So Cashew will back me up on this. Last night I was watching Richie Giordano over on GoofOn, and I thought he was going to lose his shit. He tried to do a magic trick twice, and he screwed it up both times. But then he redeemed himself. And if you watched GoofOn last night, you know what I'm talking about. To you, Richie Giordano, I say, fucking A, dude. That was well done. He sat there and basically did the whole monologue. I don't know how far into the movie of Rocky 3. He did all the characters, and check it out if you get a chance. It was crazy. I mean, he did Clubber Lang, he did Adrian and Mick, and of course Sylvester Stallone, and it was wild. And he went on for shit a while. See, Cashew was there. Would you guys quit pushing the Mexican drug cartel on me, for God's sakes? Yeah, I don't even want to say that. So, no, weed's legal here now. You just can't buy it anywhere yet. So who else is here that I'm... Oh, geez, now we're 41 minutes in. Jeremy Scott, what's happening? JK, good to see you. Thanks for being here. So I hope you guys are having a good evening. That was great of text to come on. Oh, there we go. See, now something came through. Okay, I'm confused. Kathy, did you want to come on, or you just say knock knock? I mean, hold on. Hmm. It's not here. Sorry about the silence, guys. I'm just trying to send out a link. All right, Kathy. Link is on its way if you want to use it, if that's what you're getting at. Use it. If you don't. We're probably just going to be here for another 15, 20 minutes. Excuse me, if you'd like to come on. JK says, I have a lot of faith in you, Mogs. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry, I got to scroll up and see where I'm at. Sent it again. Okay, no, I got it. Do your thing, emoji. Cashew, thank you very much for being on top of those things, because I do miss things at times, which is not unusual. So yeah, I guess Kathy's going to come on for a little bit, which is cool because I get to wish her a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Paul says, Good, Mogs. You're in control of your destiny. Grab it by the cojones and own it, brother. God will steer you the way. And yeah, I do have faith in that. I really, I do. You know, I put it in God's hands, and I'll do the work, and it'll work out. You know, but I have that faith, and you know, I know it's the right thing to do. So thanks for all the support, guys. It means a lot. You know, it is a leap of faith that I took. And, you know, there's not a lot of times in your life when you take that leap of faith. Um, that's probably my real second time when I truly felt it was the right thing to do. What's up, Kath? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How are you?
Well, there was two things running here at the same time, and I had to choose, but I can't see any of the chat.
Why not?
That's my question.
Are you on a computer or your phone or?
Phone.
Okay. I don't know if I can help with that. See what this does. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Pushing buttons again. I don't know if I can help you with the chat.
Okay. Well,
I'm digging the bandana.
yeah. Well,
Right on.
Oh, wow.
So how was your Christmas? Merry Christmas. A little late, but
trip. I took a trip. Took a little trip to Beaumont, Texas, to see my children and grandchildren I haven't seen since February.
Oh, wow.
And we went to a beautiful Christmas candlelight at the church, and it's just amazing just to see my little ones, you know.
Sure.
And yeah, that was great. And you know, I ended up having to scrape up all my emergency money and get myself a car. And well, I had a car, but I traded in on one that wasn't 13 years old. So got down there and we had a pretty good time.
That's awesome. Well, good, yeah. Man. I'm so glad that you got to spend it with your family.
Yeah, I did too. It's just kind of like if I don't see my children enough, I don't know about other people, but I don't see my children enough. I feel like there's a part of me that's missing.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, no, that's awesome. What are you doing for New Year's?
Well, I'm not getting a tattoo. Like I said, I got enough scars on my body for it be interesting points, you know.
Sure.
Just,
well, some people use them to cover the scars.
Yeah, well, these are all covered anyway. So I wanted to talk to you. I had told this story before on one night on Brent and Don's, and I don't know if the people on here, there was a few here on there, but I wanted to talk about it again because you know how things pop up throughout the day and it's like something keeps reminding you of it and you hear something about it, you know, stuff like that.
Sure.
And so the story is that my second husband and I went into the trucking business, and we would go out to what's the name of that place? Roswell. We'd go out. We went out to Carlsbad Caverns, close to it, but out there's a whole bunch of what they call salt mines, and you get potash and all of these things. They're called salt, but it's actually fertilizer.
Mm-hmm.
and like ammonium nitrate, which is,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So we got on I guess it was about 1 or 2 in the morning, dark. We're on a little farm to market road, just 2-lane, We were coming down the highway empty and gonna go pick up, and there was something flew down across the front of her hood, and we both looked at each other like, "Did you see that?" And we thought, you know, we didn't know what it was. It was the color of, you remember the old blue Walmart bags when they
Yeah.
were bluey
Mm-hmm.
before they went gray? Well, it was that color, but it was not that shape. And so, I mean, we were hauling ass down through there, and let me turn this fan off. Now, I don't know how tall the telephone poles are, but another one came down off of the up above the over the highline wires and swooped down and headed straight for my face. And I ducked, and it didn't touch the truck. And then, probably about 5 seconds after that, another one came down and tried to get my husband's side, get in his face.
Mm-hmm.
And so we didn't stop. We kept moving. And that was just pretty scary. And and it didn't touch any part of her truck or anything like that. But then, I don't know, a couple of weeks later, I was watching TV, and there was an astronaut that said he was being interviewed about some of the strange things that he saw out in space when he was up there. And you can check this out. You can check the film, and his name is Story Musgrave. And it showed the same thing that we saw. And they are that blue color, they're translucent, and they're tubular. And this was not just a piece of space trash, because it purposefully did what it did.
More than once.
Yeah, it was 3 times.
Yeah.
And
How big was this thing?
well, bigger than a dryer vent. It's kind of like that's a pretty good description. It's kind of like a dryer vent, only about twice as big, maybe 8-9 inches across. And they were like, because they were oogling and boodling, it's hard to tell how long they were stretched out, because they were, contorting themselves as they came toward us. And so my estimate would be at least 3 to 5 feet long.
Oh, that's good size.
Yeah. Yeah. If, and we always, when we went through there, we always kept looking, we kept thinking of that and wondered.
What was your ex's position on it?
He didn't really want to get out of the truck when we stopped, because he thought one of them might be stuck back on the drum board behind the truck.
How far along how far did you go before you stopped, I should say?
Oh, we kept rolling. We rolled right up into the fertilizer plant.
Okay. So you didn't pull over?
Mm-hmm.
Because it almost sounds like that was their intention, was try to distract you, to try to make you stop or something. I don't know.
It is way out in BFE. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
especially that early in the morning. There's nobody out there. And, you know, we were going to get there just at the last of getting in the gate to get our product on. So nobody else, you know, everybody else would be gone till the next morning. But if you look at that, and when I was sitting in my chair and watching TV, and I jumped up and I pointed to it and I said, "That's what I saw." I told my daughter, I said, "That's what I saw." And she says, "Okay, Mom, okay." She said, "You didn't get hurt?" And I said, "No, but they're out there." You
Sure. Well, it's good to get that confirmation. Um, you know,
know?
I suppose, or you know, some people might have forgotten about it, and now you're like, oh shit, they do exist.
No, we weren't drinking or smoking or
Sure.
anything like that. We were
I
tired.
gotta address something real quick. I'm sorry. Paul says, Mogs in the moderated department, you are the blind squirrel. Finds a nut, cashew. Dude, that was by design. That wasn't a blind squirrel looking for a nut. I didn't get lucky. That was by design. Sorry. I was staring at me. I had to address it.
She's a naughty girl, but she's a
Oh,
good.
Cashew's awesome.
Yes, she's always so sweet to me. So I thought I'd tell you about that. And
Yeah, I do. That does sound familiar. Like I think I heard that on, you know, when you told it on Paranormal Portal.
mhm.
That does sound really familiar. But that's freaky, you know, for something to come at you like that. And it wasn't. I mean, he said it was tubular, but did it have, or did you see anything like eyes or anything like that on it, or facial features? Nothing. Just yeah. Okay.
No, I think that it seemed like that maybe toward the back end of it, it had little flanges that would have come off of it and maybe rippled,
Okay.
uh, like a like a ruffly skirt on a ruffle on a
Well,
skirt.
if you find that, you know, you said you saw it. If you find that like on YouTube or something, let me know. I'd love to check that out to see what it looks like. You know,
Yeah,
what that astronaut described. Or
I'll send you the story, Musgrave. I will. I'll try to find it and
hold
get a
on.
link. And
No, you know what? What is it? What's his first name?
it's weird. It's Story. Storey.
All right, I
Mus
wrote it down.
Musgrave. And I don't know who all was with him or anything, but it went on and on for a long time, and they were just out there contorting themselves. You know, this is in outer space. He's looking out there in outer space, and they're just contorting themselves and making all different configurations, and sure looked a lot like what we saw. You know, but they were coming for us. They were coming toward us.
Sure.
So, and another thing that I think talked about dreams or stuff like that last week at some point or other. There was a anniversary. I don't know how it even came up, but about the Lockerbie, Scotland Airbus that
Mm-hmm.
crashed back in what was it, the 80s, 90s?
Well, you had a vision of that, didn't you?
Yes, that's what I was telling them about. And it was just like I was one of those reporters out there on the field, and everything that I saw in my dream was there when I woke up and went in there and watched the TV. It was just a re-recording because I had already seen it,
Sure.
and people were just still, it was kind of like 9/11. We're going to help all the people that come out. People donating blood and everything. There was nobody coming out of that.
No.
And so.
So Lockbeard said, "Story Musgrave Space Serpent." That's what you look up. So right on. If anybody else wants to check that out, that's what you're looking up. Thanks, Lockbeard.
Yeah. Then I heard an interview.
Real quick, Real Dill, good night. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't look real great here tonight.
You look fine, hon.
Well, this medicine has been tearing me up. So,
how you feeling?
The queasiness is not quite as bad. I'm still losing weight, but they said you're supposed to. So
that was from changing medication, wasn't it?
Yeah, for my diabetic medicine.
Yeah,
changed it out. Who knows? I might morph into something. Not taking any more shots.
Yeah, there's some funny memes out there with about taking the vaccine, and you turn into Chunk from Goonies.
Yeah, I'm kind of proud of Trinity. He was point man on all this for us, and he looks like he's pretty healthy. He ought to have plenty.
Yeah, no, I was really surprised and shocked to hear him say that. He does. He looks good.
Yeah, I think he's worthy of a couple of vials. Or however they did pints of it.
I don't know. He's a big boy.
I don't know. Make you grow hair on the back of your arms or not. Hey, you got to be careful about stuff.
Yeah, I am not. I'm not standing in line waiting to get one. That's for sure.
No, I just, I'll let somebody else have mine.
Yeah.
But I watched 411 and David Pilates, and I admire him for his stick
Sloth,
to it.
You're right.
Yes, he his diligence in the things that he does in his books and videos and stuff, and he can't or won't conclude, but you shouldn't until you know.
Sure.
And so it has, excuse me, it has all of us working to try and figure things out, just like in the Sasquatch community.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what gets me the most is that they'll just disappear. They're just, even the dog will lose track. They'll just disappear and they won't hunt, after track. Could be because they're scared, too scared to confront whatever it is that took their owner, or, messed with the scent there. And so here I was listening to another show, and it was talking about, when we were kids and we watched Star Trek and all of the, quantum physics things that went on there. And this guy, he talked for about an hour or two, and he did say, I guess the closest thing that he said that would be, feasible for us to create would be quantum teleportation. And so, maybe I'm trying to put 2 and 3 together, but if these people are not under the ground, Then where else would they be?
Another dimension.
So tractor beams and I mean just
I don't think it. I don't. I think it's more of a. Um, I, I guess you could call it a portal type deal. And somebody just mentioned this. I saw it on a show recently, and I made one. It's one of those shows that made me open my eyes a little bit more. They were saying how, like, the veil is thin, and they mentioned how you could walk through a veil and not even know it, or three veils, and still come out the other side in your normal, and not even know you went through it. But there are places they said that, people walk through and they don't come out the other side. They just disappear. If that's a portal, I don't know what it is, but possibility. I mean, I think Bigfoot gets a lot of, blame for this. When
I'm
there's
not
so many other things out there, and
right. I'm not blaming
no,
I'm
no,
not
no.
as blaming Bigfoot. What I'm saying is that there's other forces at work out there that you know, for whatever reasons that they have, that most probably have the technology to uh, melt someone from above or to pick someone up from above. And
Okay, I get you.
like, they're gone. There's like, I mean, we've been hit with directed energy weapons out on the East Coast since we've had all those wildfires out there. Even during the wildfires, um, the USGS maps at night times can show you where the fires are at, and they can also show you where the directed energy weapons are being shot. So why are they doing that? And they're doing it up there. They're doing it up there around Yellowstone too.
Huh.
Another thing is you can't bring cameras and film up in parts of their national parks and their national forests. Why is that? Are they afraid we're going to catch something on camera that they've been doing?
That's possible. I think we've just been raided. My chat just blew up. North Shore preparedness. I see Cashie's been hanging out with the preppers. What's up, everybody? Great to see you guys. Prepper 101, North Shore preparedness, Bigfoot prepper, Wolf's Bane Hollow. Yeah, we just got invaded. It's great to see you guys. What does this say? What is it? Wait. I know I just saw the word raid. Thank you all. Liberty Bell. Awesome.
It's a moth pit.
No, I just heard about them doing this recently. Cashew was telling me about a bunch of them would just go and jump into someone's live and show support and split, and probably just gained some subscribers. Yeah, Cashew's trying to get me to 1,000. So every day I just see that creep up. My subscribers number. Last I checked, it was 840 something, I think. So
This
it probably
guy,
just went up. What's that?
guy over here, you need to subscribe to his channel.
See, subbed. So there's probably 10 new subs. Thank you guys. That was cool.
They need all of them. I'm on here. I'll start some kind of something.
But yeah, we are over the 2-hour mark. So listen, I will be on, like I said, New Year's Eve, and I'm probably going to ring in the new year in each time zone. So what does that take? 4 hours? So I guess I'll be on for a while.
Yeah, that's going to take quite a while.
Yeah. So I'll probably be on for about 5 hours. Christy, thank you for that. Good to see you in chat. CB, Happy New Year. Have a safe and healthy one. Awesome. You too. Thank you. Meredith, hi. Great to see you. Yeah. So, Kathy, thank you so much for coming on. It's always good to
Oh,
see you. Thanks for sharing.
you're welcome. I just had to get a little bit of that out of my system. It just all kind of fell in my lap today, and
Oh,
uh,
anytime. Anytime you want to talk, you can, you got my number.
got your
Yes, you do. All right. I'm going to say goodnight to you, and thank you so much again. Sorry if I just embarrassed you.
All right.
Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon, okay? I'll see
Hi,
you hopefully Thursday night. Good night,
Thursday.
sweetheart. Oops. Sorry. Damn, that thing is sensitive. I didn't mean to just cut her off midstream. Well, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. Everybody that just popped in, Cashew, great work. Yeah, I might start watching some prepper stuff. I have a friend; she's a prepper. Um, I know I could survive out there, but I'd like to be prepared for it first. So yeah. To all my moderators, I want to say thank you so much for everything you've done for me tonight, and just every night when we're out here. You guys are awesome, really. Without you, I I'd be fumbling, pushing wrong buttons. Oh wait, I do that now. Yeah, man. James, I'll definitely check you guys out. I'll go back and write down some stuff. Cashew knows where to find you guys. But thanks for popping in. Really, thank you very much, Kathleen. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the show, please hit that like button. If you're new, sub. And what's the other one? Share if you liked it enough. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you Thursday again, New Year's Eve. I'll be here. Hope you guys are, and I'll see you then. All right, guys. Am I forgetting anything? No, I think we're good. All right, guys. Peace and God bless.